Well, hello there, friends. It is your Sunday morning spread from Cards of Light, Bright Blessings of the Tarot for July 10th, 2022. Brian Noe, happy to be with you once again this week. Thanks for joining me. Let's go to the table for our 4-card energy reading for this week. And as usual, we're looking at the 4 dimensions of life: physical, social, emotional, mental, and spiritual dimensions. And we've got 3 majors this time around, plus the one pip card from the Suit of Wands. We've got the 6 of Wands here in the physical dimension. In the social emotional, we've got the Tower. In the mental dimension, we have Lust. And in the spiritual dimension, the Sun. So let's take these one at a time and talk a little bit about their meanings. These 2 cards, Lust and 6 of Wands, I believe turned up Thursday as well. Anyway, both of them have turned up recently. I think it was on 3-card Thursday this last week. So lots of fiery energy out and about this weekend and the week to come. 6 of Wands, the card of victory, as it's styled. It's Jupiter in Leo. Everything sunny and bright and happy, all of the fires burning. 6 is the cards of beauty and everything kind of going our way. And Wands, the suit of passion, the suit of career, the suit of desire. So in the physical dimension, this is sort of a cue that things are going well health-wise. And that we should enjoy that. We should take some pleasure in that, in the balance that is going on. And if we're feeling out of balance, I think this is a cue to kind of get ourselves in balance and do the sorts of things that we would do if we were physically victorious, if we were winning in all things that have to do with our health, or also with financial matters and that sort of thing. This could be showing that there are good things in store this week in terms of finances as well. If we've got an investment that we've been hanging on to or something, maybe some good news on that this week. So no real advice there. Just looks like good things to come in the physical dimension for this week. Okay, in the social emotional, we've got the Tower. This is the card of the hard reset. This is, for me, has kind of always been the scariest card in the deck for some reason, more so than the Devil, more so than the Death card. This one, early on, absolutely terrified me. When it would come up in a daily draw, I'd be like, oh no. If I were planning to go out of town that day, I'd think maybe I shouldn't be out driving a car. So we've got the towers turning and falling down. We got the Eye of Shiva up here. But I have come to think of this card in a couple of ways. One is just a reboot. All of the things that we have taken for granted are somehow up in the air now. And coming as this does in the social emotional dimension of our lives here, this may be kind of a rocky time emotionally for us, maybe some surprises and some things that just all of a sudden happen, a bolt out of a blue, and we were not prepared for. But that's life, right? The other way that I've come to think of this card is let's get back down to earth. Let's get grounded. And so whatever is coming about this week may just be a sudden release of energy of some sort. If there's been a lot of tension, either in terms of our emotions or in terms of a relationship or something, maybe there's going to be sort of a little pop and a resolution of that or something along those lines. But in any case, whatever comes, we just have to remember that, life continues, that life is full of change, and that even when we're not having these tower moments, when things all of a sudden throw us for a loop. Things are always changing. Any sense that we have of everything just being easy and stable in this material world is sort of an illusion. And so we make the best of what comes to us. Up here in the mental dimension, we have the lust card, and we talked about this. I'm pretty sure it was on Thursday. This to me is the card of self-mastery, holding the reins here on the multi-headed beast and carrying the light, carrying the Holy Grail, holding it up high. And so in the mental dimension of our lives, this tells me that we ought to be directing our intellect and our intellectual pursuits and our reading and that sort of thing, and our thinking, our thoughts toward the things that matter most to us. And also that we ought to be getting some discipline, that we ought to be disciplining our minds, that we ought to be it's hard to think of it in this way. We're so used to thinking, oh, well, this happened, and so of course that's what I thought, or, oh, my mind just wanders or whatever. And to a certain extent that is true, but we can also, through regular daily practice, a little at a time, train our minds to keep our attention on things that will be beneficial to us and beneficial to the others around us and beneficial to the planet. And so that's what we should be doing. But a lot of that comes from this passionate pursuit, the knowledge that there is some meaning to our being here, and that we can get in touch with that, and that we ought to be doing our best to get in touch with it and to bringing that light to shine in the world. And then over here in the spiritual dimension, here comes the light, here comes the sun. And this card is just exactly what it appears to be. It is the sun, after all, that gives us life and that sustains us on this planet. And that light, any time that we consume food, we're indirectly taking in the energy of the sun. So it's not just something that gives us warmth and light. It really is what nurtures and sustains our existence here on this planet, in the material world. So in the spiritual dimension, we can take that as a signal to get in touch with the true light that dwells within each of us. We are reflections of, and we are manifestations of a light that is larger than this gross matter that we identify so much with in this world. And so we should do our best to get in touch with that and to share it with others. So despite the kind of scary card over here, a really positive set of energies swirling around here for the week to come. This may also be a cue to get out in the fresh air and sunshine if we're able to do that, that would be good for our spiritual health and for that dimension of our lives. So each of these cards, we tend to, or at least I tend to overemphasize kind of the deeper, esoteric meanings of all of these things. They can be as simple as the sun card comes up, get out in the sun. I'd love to hear what you think about this spread. If you have got other impressions that you're getting from it, if you're a reader and you would read these cards differently, or if somehow or another these cards and anything that I have said is resonating with you this morning, I would love to hear from you. You can leave comments here with the video, or pop on out to the weblog at brightblessingstarot.com and either leave comments on the blog post or get in touch with me there. Thank you for spending time with me this morning. I hope it is a pleasant day for you and a good week to come. I'll be back on Thursday with our 3-card Thursday. In the meantime, take care of yourself.